Viqart mwenyewe.
Yes, Rod.
Yes. How are you?
I'm very fine, very fine.
Yeah, naona tunangoja Miss Dubai Kenya.
Tunangoja Miss Dubai Kenya sasa awasili basi.
Ni sawa, wacha tungoje tuone.
Acha tungoje tuone.
Wacha tungoje tuone. Don't worry. After the session we will talk nini, we will review, don't worry.
Okay.
But you are well?
I'm very fine. Never been better.
Naona watu YouTube wameanza kukushangilia hata before tuanze.
Asanteni sana kwa shangwe na vigelegele basi. Unajua naweza ongea Kiswahili pia.
Wasidhani nilisikia kuna watu walikuwa wanasema hujui Kiswahili.
Kuna group nyingine iliniatakia akasema mimi sizungumza Kiswahili basi. Ati basi mimi siboronga lugha.
Ati Kiswahili si chako.
Ati Kiswahili sio changu basi. Na mimi sasa nawaeleza za hizi basi. Kiswahili pia mimi naweza kuzungumza vizuri.
Unaweza kikoroga salama.
Yes, Rod. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, I can hear you. So I want to start off with some music, kidogo, and then I'll let you guys continue now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just a few minutes, kidogo. I'll start off with some music, and then you guys can proceed. I see Jackie is already here.
Yes, I see her too. Welcome, Jackie.
Yes, Jackie, if you need anything, of course, we are here. We are live. We're just about to record. We're just about to start the session and record. But before we do that, I want to play some music. So you guys invite as many people as you can. I've sent links to both your inboxes, but Victor, just check. If I haven't, please send Jackie so that she can be able to forward to as many people as she can.
Okay.
Let me play the music.
Okay, thank you.
Up on the stool with my nigga Prince, Mr. Majani, Jua Shati, Dr. Boom, Dr. Boom in the building. Depot on the beat. Up on the stool with my nigga Prince, Mr. Dr. Boom in the building. Depot on the beat. Up on the stool with my nigga Prince, Mr. Majani, Jua Shati, Dr. Boom up in the building, he on the intro, tulia G. Kwanza bulete yonare, tuwashe yondom sisare, na nikianza kutrip bro, ebu nipige mabare, juu kwenye stu naona kama mic na kame ningoja, kame kuwa kakilia bana, kuna mnoma, ndo huyu mimi sasa, nimekam kuspit kwa booth, na misi mchawi bro, banita kuroga. Kauja shtuka we una test ya talent. I'm the real package deal, juni na kam na bonus. I guess no maana they call me Brayo, juu napenda kutoa yo bra kwa sofa. Hata before tufike kwa bed, mi nishaku sorora. Na bado na kamka kumbu, juu bado na imba, bado na rap. Kani kubai jipange kusota, juu class yangu bana iko pale kwa Villa Rosa, kwa Villa what? I took a break so I could compose myself in English, and I make it look easy, but me see worry cause if I got it, I got it, and if you need it, I get it, amazing me, no doubting, always taking big steps to climb a mountain, always taking big leaps to keep them shouting, never let them start doubting, never let it get boring, cause you get bored, then you get sad, then you get mad, that's why I smile, I'm always ready to make it a laugh, Nona nimeroga na ngoso sana, wacha nirudi kwa swama ninja, jua Kenya pale Twitter, watasema nimeanza kuringa, fuck it, I'm the best I can be, and I ain't sorry, I don't give a fuck, as long as I feel I'm amazing, that's just me and it's crazy, Dr. Boom in the building, with your brand is the name, I hide the slang. Nimemaliza, peace out. Dr. Boom in the building, OG bet na mimi, OD bets mini mse ordinary kikam kwa ngoma ni mimi, Father ni king kwa kiti ya mziki, jusi kuchapa riziki, Father ni king kwa jango and my pride is what is missing. Mini number uno, for this challenge you know, kauna daika CV, let me give you pull up. I'm a rapper from the golden age, and my talent really rocking like the buzz I'm about to spit today. Mini nilianza kurap way before nijue kubanja, serious guy in the industry, you can go check out my history. Ain't no challenge or you drop that I didn't kill in the lifting. Every track that I post, less you know that I'm winning. Switching my flows, I'm about to go fast now. CV yangu na kuonyesha na action. If I told you I'm a rapper who's killing the game, you went to it twice now. Uliniambia nikam na Mary, nikaongezea Jane kwa form. Sasa itabidi tuseti, juu Mary Jane amelendi.
Partly, you know, in your life, you think about what you want. You go through, you go through your storehouse of, what's this year got for me in store? And sometimes when you pray and you have to be on platforms like this. But I think what is also driving this particular program is just the energy behind the show. More important, the energy behind your mentor, Rodriguez. Rodriguez, you're such a dynamic, energetic, enthusiastic, buoyant personality. In the year that we've come to know each other and engage, I've gotten a sense of who you are and what you're about to some degree, and also your spirit in helping, in the helping space. And by virtue of the fact that you are molding a young talent like Ella, and you're so dedicated to her, appreciating that she's got a lot of potential, but still a lot of space to grow. And something in you has seen something that, you're just saying, you know what, let me just stick with this person and see if I can guide her in this direction. And so even creating this platform where Ella can engage with so many people who, Ella, you otherwise may never have met, had it not been for the efforts of Rodriguez and the belief that you do. And I felt that was something special. So it's not just getting onto a show for the sake of getting onto a show, but because I'm also in the helping space, coming from a psychology background and a training background. And when I see that there's an opportunity to impact another life, especially in a format like this, then I want to be part of that process. So there's many variables, there's many reasons why. Partly me coming out of my own shell, partly seeing what has informed this whole program, Zoom Room with Ella, seeing that there's an opportunity to mold another person, and then I can then effectively say that you've passed through my hands or I passed through yours. In the next few years, when you become the shiniest light, shinier than you are now, then that will give me some joy. And then also, because I'm coming out when I have a product and I have something that I feel is useful to say that will help mold so many others, then I decided, okay, the time is right, let's do it.
Dr.
All right, just to say welcome to everyone who's here. It's a pleasure to always have you people around. I can see Viqart is already in the house, and the guest of the day, Jackie Shiro, is in the house. I don't want to introduce her; she can do that. And Victor is also here to be able to do that. Mine, I guess, is just to welcome all of you from Zoom and from YouTube as well. Karibuni sana, especially those on YouTube. Thank you very much for coming. This, of course, as always, is J.RODRIGEZ Entertainment, where what we do is called sharing the love and spreading the joy. Karibuni sana, and without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, this is what you call youthful expressions. I'd like to welcome all of you, and I'd like to welcome Victor as well. Victor, nimemaliza sasa kung'ara. You can take over. Asanteni sana. Nilikuwa na ng'ara buda. Nilikuwa na ng'ara. Lazima ningeng'ara. You know, my name, of course, is Rodrigo, and it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to have all of you here. It's a pleasure to have Victor, such a growing, budding TV host.
Oh yeah.
Yes, who we hopefully hope that soon, you know, he will join the ranks of, you know, Kina Larimado and of course the rest, Kina Solomon. You know, from I know you don't know Solomon, but I'ma give you a paliako.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a pleasure to have you, Victor, and of course everyone else who comes to help JR Entertainment. And anyway, he helps us grow talent and helps us make this place a better place for visual artists and performing artists. And I hear that's actually what you guys are going to talk about today. Basically talent and everything that has to do with talent and how we can improve talent and support talent throughout Kenya, not just in Nairobi. All right, yep. Victor, karibu sana.
Yes, thank you very much, Rodriguez. Such a wonderful introduction to the show. I'm very honored to see you guys again. I want to again say special welcome to all of you who are in the room, and the ones we are expecting to come in, and also our YouTube audience. We love you and we cherish you. Again, this is another episode of Youthful Expressions, and it's a wonderful day and privilege to host a guest who is also very wonderful. I hope you have seats and probably coffee, kunyonga coffee jioni, or your drinks. Apparently it's very cold around my place, so sitakunywa anything. I just want to stay. Yeah, but anyway, I want to introduce our guest today, a very resourceful lady who is also an achiever and a mentor and a figure who is enthusiastic about advocating for the creatives. And when I say that, I mean nationwide. Actually, I think that is how I got in touch with her the first time, through Rodriguez. And this is just going to be another exciting episode and discussion to take information out there and encourage creatives like me and you. I guess like me and you. Anyways, I want to welcome I want to welcome Jack Manjo, aka Jackie Shiro. Yes, that was perfect. So Jackie Shiro, welcome to J.RODRIGUEZ Entertainment Group, where we share the love and spread the joy. And thank you very much for coming to share the love with us and also spread the joy that you come with. We will help you spread that joy. And also we will help you share that love, because that is what we do. We are like the distributor channel.
And if you don't have it, we will give it to you.
Yes, exactly. So welcome, Jackie Shiro. I want you to I can also enable video so that we can see the elegant lady that you are. Yes, yes, yes. Very beautiful in blue and white. Is that white, please? Your mic is still muted.
Okay, can you hear me?
Oh, yes. Very
Yeah,
clear, loud and clear.
You
it's
know, if you're like
beige.
me, you know, if you're like me,
Oh,
you
it's
don't know
beige.
the
I thought as
difference
much.
between. I also didn't know that. What is beige now? Wait, Goja, what is beige?
Beige
What
is
is beige?
okay. Let me
Victor is
take the
explaining,
credit.
I guess.
Yeah, let me take the credit. Rod,
Yes.
beige is some kind of color that is between cream and yellow, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
And brown. It's
And
brown,
brown,
yellow.
something like that.
Yes.
Friend,
Yeah.
Mr. Asawa, these are the arguments I keep having with models. Osgi beige, Osgi. But anyway, it's good. It's good that she's here. She can
Yes,
teach
We
us all these
understand.
things.
yes, that makes me feel very special
We
that I know
understand.
beige, Rod. It makes me feel very special. Yeah. Thank you very much, Jackie, for coming, and
Thank you.
I'm very excited
Me
for
too.
the next 30 minutes or so. I hope we don't take too long because it's always a problem trying to wrap up the show. It's always a problem. It's always an issue.
Exactly.
So I hope we don't take too long, and I hope we exhaust whatever we are going to talk about. I hope we share. I hope this session becomes useful to creatives who will be listening in and those who are in the room. So, Jackie, straight away, tell us who Jackie is.
Wow. Thank you so much, Victor and J.R. Entertainment for having me today. It's quite an honor. It's not something that is obvious to be here and to be in a virtual meeting. And yeah, going direct to what you've asked, that is a question that I always juggle with. Like, who is Jackie? Like, sometimes I even talk to myself and I'm like, who is you? Who is you? So Jackie Shiro is a mother of one, and a talented and gifted person that God has created. And God saw it right that he would give such a tall or short, to some people, lady, all these giftings that he gives. I will share. There's a word that he says in the word that to some he gave two, to others he gave five, to one person he gave one. I'm that person that he gave more than 5 talents. And so I just, today is my birthday, by the way. So
Oh, happy
I just
birthday
turned a
to
year older,
you. Happy
and I've been,
birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jackie. Happy birthday to you. Ah, happy birthday.
thank you so much.
Kata
Thank you.
keki
Sorry for
tukule
interrupting.
sasa. Kata
Uh-huh.
keki tukule sasa.
Tushakula
Asante.
keki.
Tumemaliza sasa. Endelea na
Tushakula keki.
introduction.
Oh, sorry for the interruption. Yeah, we celebrate you. That is how we
It's
spread
okay.
the joy. Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So Jackie is a trainer, model trainer, and I'm a worship leader. I sing. I'm also a poet, and kind of used to be a dancer. I can still break a leg, but I mentor young talents. I mentor models. I mentor singers. I mentor dancers. I mentor poets. And basically, that is who I am. And I have a company called Viqart Agency, based in Kerugoya, but I mentor throughout the central region and even Nairobi, going across each and every county. And I'm also the director, a general manager for Little Miss Earth Kenya. Yes, and also the director for Little Miss World Kenya.
Okay,
Yeah, I
slow.
appreciate my directors. Yeah.
Slow. I don't want to regret telling you to introduce yourself, because please sorry about that, but that's a lot. Oh, I thank God for you. You are very talented and obviously very busy. Oh yeah. Uh, um. So let's let's let me first start by saying this. I've hosted a number of people.
Yes.
a number of people. I have been in meetings where people are hosted. I have been hosted myself.
Yes.
And your way of introduction is actually very, 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 very unique.
Oh,
Uh,
all
uh,
right.
you know, we people don't start by quoting Bible and scriptures. We start by outlining,
Mm-hmm.
bringing out an entailed thesis of the kind of important person that we are. Then we will now start quoting Bible in the middle of the show, somewhere there. Yeah, and only when there's time, because we have a
Mm-hmm.
lot of insight to share. I'm
Yeah,
very, I'm very, very happy about how you introduce yourself. So,
I'm
um,
glad.
something I really relate with, or relate,
Mm-hmm.
whatever it
True.
is that you are a worship leader. You
Yeah.
sing, oh, you dance. You, what else do you do? Okay, just that part. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it is always not every time you will find someone putting that as part of the introduction.
Okay.
Yeah, because JR Entertainment Group is a group that brings in professionals from different walks of life to come and share insight with the youth, and we and with the world. And then we invite you because you're Jackie Shiro and you're the model and the actor that we know. We only
Yeah.
expect you to talk about acting. Okay, that is what is in our minds.
Okay.
And talk about people who you have mentored, and how you
Mm-hmm.
did that, and probably how you found yourself in that, and not
Mm-hmm.
how you worship. Oh,
Yeah.
it's very beautiful that you included
Thank you. I
that.
appreciate God.
Yes, thank you very much. And that brings me to this part. Let's start from let's start. I want us to use dates. So let's start from 2012.
Okay.
Can you tell us your life before 2012? How was your life before 2012?
Wow. Wow. That's quite some sorry for the distraction. By the way, I'm
It's
in the
okay.
church. I'm in the church studio.
Yeah, we
So if
don't
you
mind.
feel
We are
some
very natural here. Yeah, we are very natural.
yeah, we just had a meeting with the youth. We have a youth meeting every Thursday called the
Mhm.
Youth Connect. So my 2012 going backwards. Now that's another crazy story. Because today I was joking with one of my friends and saying, I have not played the challenge. If you met me earlier, and that
Yeah.
was my earlier, but I believe the better half of 2012 going behind and
Mhm.
2012 coming forward are two different things. They are two different and very unique quarters, or you can call them whatever you want to call them. But
Mhm.
2012, I was in a country called the United Arab Emirates.
Mhm.
But before I went there, I was working in a hotel in Nairobi
Mhm.
and I had to quit. But you know, I told my manager, I'm quitting to go join actors. Like, I want to go and act. I want to go be the actor or the talent that I am, and that keeps on pushing me. But I felt, whoa, Alliance Francaise was so near me that I felt like I would go and launch there. But before then, I was an actor, and I'm still an actor. I also like mentor actors. I was on TV, on Waridi Citizen. I'm that old.
Thank
I
you.
also,
Well, congratulations.
yes,
You
I
graced
also,
my child.
I did that. Oh my God. Thank you
You
so
did.
much. I believe also my childhood was created then. So I was an actor, and I was doing traveling theater, doing film, and basically I was a full-time actor before I joined the hospitality industry. That is what I was before 2012.
Okay, thank you very much. So, to everyone else except Jackie, the reason why I told her to talk about her life before 2012 is because in 2012 she was the Miss Dubai Kenya, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and I know those are okay. Let me not call it those because you've mentioned a number of things. Let me be specific about Miss Dubai, Kenya. That is
Yeah.
one, I believe, that is one of the most okay, the highlights of your life, especially um,
Sure.
in that decade, 20
Mhm.
2010 to 2020. I know that is one
Mm.
of your life highlights and maybe your career highlights and
Yeah.
and also maybe a turnaround to who you are and what
Mhm.
also gave birth to the Jackie Shiro we know today.
Yeah.
Uh, um, I I find that very interesting that you actually had to quit work and and go and how was that?
Okay.
How did you get 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 into quitting first of all and go
Mhm.
start something else, yeah.
Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah. I will call it. I remember we used to talk with my friends like it was no longer quitting. We used to call it I quit. Before
Uh-huh.
quitting, you've done it like a thousand times in your
Yeah.
mind. And
And
where
yeah,
I
and
was
so
working,
it's
most
finally
people.
physical. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So where I was working, people thought, and the world thought that I had my highlights, like I was living the life. But as I was telling you when I began the conversation, I talked about the gifting and the purpose. So before
Mhm.
I quit or before I quit, I had thought about it. Like I want to quit and go do something that I have a fulfillment about, which is acting, which is modeling. Because in my college life, I cannot say tried, I had done modeling, and everybody was, wow, this is who you are. You walk like a model, you articulate like one, you're very like into character. And I joined a competition that I did not win, and everybody was calling me miss that institution, miss that institution. And when I did not win and everybody was hyped up like you are our miss, it kind of brought me a bit low. And I thought, this is not for me, this is not for me.
Mhm.
And so I joined the fashion world. I went into fashion modeling. I did a couple of shows. But now, this is Nairobi. This is
Mhm.
Nairobi, where you go for all these shows and all what you get is transport. Like the director pays your transport. You go there, you model the clothes, you showcase, and then at the end of the day, you are the same way you came.
Mhm.
You're just even like calling your parents, I need fare to go from where I live to town. And so when I quit and decided, in fact, when I quit, I had no plan of traveling outside country. But within the first week when I was at home, when I quit my job, I just went, I'll talk about how I quit. I just went into work one day and I was, no, this is not what I've been called to do. And then the following morning, I handed in over my resignation letter. And even my managers, my HR was, what is wrong? What has happened? And I was like, mi naenda ku-act. Mi naenda ku-act. Wacheni mi niende nika-act. I don't feel any fulfillment here. Yeah, so I was not like into getting into another employment. But then something came into me and I was like, no, I need to explore a bit because I love traveling. I love tourism. I've studied tourism in my college life. And so an opportunity came for me to go to Dubai, and I was, let me grab it. Let me go see the world. In fact, when they say that when you travel, you get exposed. And so I went, and it wasn't as easy as I thought or as easy as I was living at that particular time in Nairobi. But that is where the highlight came. And I got into this competition just because of a passion that I have. I love modeling since I was little. And I was trained by one, Tyra Banks. Tyra Banks was my trainer. She trained me. I did have
Mhm.
like a real physical trainer. I would watch American Top Model and try to do the way she did her walks. And she was my trainer. So I joined this particular competition
Wait,
because I
why are
love
you wait, why are you
burning
glossing over
my.
the fact that you are trained by the Tyra Banks? Don't gloss,
Yes, Tyra Banks
don't
trained me.
gloss.
Ama Rodriguez
And I
know
pity
me
her
trained.
too. I pity her
No, no, no,
too.
no. Anaikimbilia na
I will, don't worry.
like, oh my God, I was just trained by Tyra. Oh, yeah,
Yes,
Yeah.
I
it's a
was.
good
Did you
thing.
train me?
Yes. We want you to dwell there. We want you to dwell on it. Yeah.
Don't worry, Rodrigue, I'm coming to you. Don't worry, I'll still mention you. Yeah, so I got into this competition because of passion. And I did not expect anything because I had been disappointed a couple of times in competition that I thought I would get into and win probably. So I just got into this, like, let me showcase, let me model, because I love doing that. And to my surprise, like, I was looking at the other girls and thinking, wow, these girls look good. They have nice works. But at the end of the day, when that Muzungu mentioned my name, oh my God, I was like, are you talking about Jackie, me, or Jackie, someone else? And then she was pointing at me and I was like, wow, this is not happening. And there it was a moment that I totally treasure and I appreciate and I thank God that winning is not easy, but victory belongs to Jesus. Yes, yeah, that's
Wow.
it.
Wow. That's that's kind of beautiful. You sound like you didn't have troubles trying to change. You know, those are what we call life decisions. You know, and
Yeah.
and for you, it's actually the life changing decisions. And most of the time, we find ourselves attached to whatever we are doing at the moment. And when you've not expanded your scope, and you've not found the place where you fit,
Mhm.
sometimes you might think that you're very comfortable in the place where you are at the moment, and kumbe you are just destined for something even greater, and and and,
Yeah.
and, and and you don't know that, because you are afraid of exploring, because you are afraid of getting out of the place that you are at the moment. And that is a wonderful lesson we are learning from Jackie today, that you can actually change locations. You can actually position yourself
Yeah.
to, tap greatness from different places. And that's very interesting that it is by quitting that you actually got even bigger. That's nice. And I guess that is how you got into modeling.
Yes, yes, yeah. It was like a continuation, like getting back to it now in a more convinced manner now.
Hmm. So
Yes.
can you share with us, because we have models watching, and we also have people who aspire to be
Mm-hmm.
models watching. Yeah, somebody told me that I can't model because I'm not tall enough.
Oh my.
And
Oh my.
at me neither to set. I can just help with setting the runway. Otherwise,
Stage
uh,
manager.
yes, can you just share with us, how has your journey been since then with
Mhm.
modeling specifically?
Um. Okay. Going into modeling. As I explained earlier, it's something that came out. It's something that was in me, so it just came out. And Rodrigue, nyamaza hapo. Like I just didn't get a physical training, just hapo immediately, which I got later when I came back. But it's something that was inborn and something that I guess I adopted by looking at uh, the way they did their things and looking at my height and looking at my composure and knowing that I can do this, and I went for it and it came in. And so when I came back, um, I did not go back to it, because I came back and I became, I will share with the world, I became a mother. I became a mother, and I had to raise my daughter, who is now, that was the highlight of me understanding that I've been called into this. She is the current Tiny Miss World Kenya. And I got back, when I came back around after 2 years, I got into a church that was supporting talent. And you can't believe this, they put me as a trainer of models, because the person who brought me in was like, wow, this is a model, she's a model. And I also, by the way, I participated, my last show was, I participated in Miss Tourism Kirinyaga County. And I became the Miss Tourism Environment Ambassador. And from then now, I was like, no, let me now get into the other ventures. But now in 2017 is when the event happened. It's called the VBS. And I came and trained kids, very tiny kids. And around 50 kids came into my class. And I was wondering, 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, how do I do this? And because of the gifting and the passion and what God has placed in me, that is where I bred kids who up to now, I look at them and wonder, oh my goodness, is this what I really like was all about? Because like for my daughter, she was not interested at all to join it. And I was wondering, oh my God, you're tall, you're pretty, why don't you want to join this? And then I went into my own understanding and my own room with God. And I said, I don't want to force her into becoming me. But when she chose it, I could tell that was a star that was born. And I believe by me mentoring, I'm also in the industry. I'm also in the industry of modeling and still creating and making young girls, young adults, kids understand that you can be a model. It doesn't matter what the society says, but you can be a model of character, a model who wants to do what they want and who is passionate into what they wanted to get into. So currently I'm training until last month now when I got into the Mrs. Tourism Kenya. And yeah, it's been a good journey, highs and lows, because it's not easy, especially in Kenya. And we were working on bringing this industry recognized, because we are not like the actors, we are not like the singers. They have music copyright, they have clubs. For us models, they call us other names. There are names that they give us, that is who we are not. And from what we've been doing and also what J.R. has been doing, I have seen his models, I have interacted with them, we have interacted with him. They are people of character, and they are people who are brought into this society to be models. And who is a model? Even when we describe a model is a person who people look at and they look up to. So it's not about the body, it's about what comes from outside. So it's something that I'm still doing. I'm mentoring, I'm training kids in Kirinyaga, in Nairobi, in Embu. And I'm not quitting this industry anytime soon.
Oh, wow. My boss is saying that he is like your biggest fan. So,
Sorry?
Can you hear me?
You are breaking a bit. You're back now.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm clear now.
Yeah.
Thank you. My boss says that he's your biggest fan. So I'm saying you're special because he's not told me that before. Rajani Ambiati is my biggest fan.
Wow,
so
thank
you're very
you.
special.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Those who are in right now, our YouTube audience, we are with Jackie Majiro, who is also. Oh, I have to correct that. I'm confusing the two. Jacqueline Majiro, aka Jackie Shiro. So Jackie Shiro is an actor. She's also a poet, a writer. She's a gospel minister, and she is the country director, Kirinyaga County, Little Miss World Kenya. And also the county director, Little Miss Earth Kenya, Kirinyaga chapter. And it happens that Little Miss World, Kirinyaga chapter, Kirinyaga chapter is her daughter. Exactly, just tell us the name of your daughter. We want to celebrate her. That is what we do.
Yeah, actually, she's a Little Miss World Kirinyaga and Little Miss World Kenya. And Wachani Corona, they would have represented Kenya in Spain. yeah, for the international title. So her name is Alicia Bell Nyambura.
Alicia Bell. Yeah, that name alone is modelish. Okay, there's a word like that.
She's here.
Uh,
Absolutely.
hi. Hi.
Hi,
Hi, Nyambura. How are you?
I'm fine.
Come on this side.
Yeah, we are very excited to see you, and we celebrate you for the achievements you've had at a very tender age. You are Little Miss World Kirinyaga, Little Miss World Kenya, and um, I'm looking forward to even a brighter future for you, because if you've started this at a very young age, as you have, and then I'm very certain that your future is even brighter.
Amen.
So, thank you very much. I'm forgetting the name. I know there's Isabel in it, and there's also
Alicia
what?
Bell. Alicia Bell.
Alicia Bell. Yes, thank you, Alicia Bell,
Yes.
and thank you, Jakishiro, for nurturing a child. There's one thing. I know this is out of context, but
Mhm.
one thing that we as African parents don't do. Okay, nasema we. I'm not a parent, but let me just use that. We as African parents don't train our children in the way that we want them to be, and that is why we will keep on complaining. Why is there no change in the generations that are coming? It's because we are not investing in that generation when we can, because it is us
Exactly.
they're tapping from. It is from the
Mhm.
parents that they learn. And I'm very
Yeah.
proud of you as a mother who is bringing up a child in the ways that you want her to go in or to walk in. Thank you very much. So uh this is very in the family. I'm very excited for you. And another thing is that Jackie Shiro is also a talent manager, training talents and impacting skills in primary schools around Kirinyaga and in environments. That is a bit unique and
Mhm.
and unexpected, because unajua tunajuanga aje when your
Yeah.
home is in Ushago. Yes, you will hear people saying tunaenda kazi wapi?
Mhm.
Nairobi. Yes,
Nairobi.
because that is where business opportunities are. That is where um the farms are bigger. And
Mhm.
it's very interesting that you identified working with talents in the rural area. I
Yeah.
don't know how I'll call it so that it's not very rural, but
Exactly. We are not so rural,
yeah,
but anyway, it is.
uh, 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 okay, but okay, not in okay, I've never been to Kirinyaga. Is it that urban? I don't think so. It's not, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and and you chose to work there
Mhm.
where there are very minimal support with talents.
Mhm.
One thing that is really the one thing that is really impressing me these days is that counties around central are trying to nurture
Mhm.
talents in very beautiful ways. I know of Embu, yeah,
Mhm.
Kirinyaga,
Yeah.
but very very beautiful programs and platforms for youth to grow. And
Mhm.
it's very exciting that you're part of it, and that you are nurturing talents around Kirinyaga. So how do you find work in the rural okay, please, in Kirinyaga?
Wow.
Yes, vis-a-vis working in Nairobi or somewhere in
Okay.
Mombasa.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. That's quite a nice question. And yes, it is rural. And sometimes we don't want to hear that name because bado to call, like we are still as hyper as people in Nairobi, but there's quite a big difference. There's quite a big difference. I don't know whether it's the ideology that Nairobi is the city, so that's where it's the land of opportunities, or that's where things are easy. And I've lived in Nairobi for like 7 to 8 years. And I believe, yes, life is fast. But one thing that I can cite as a difference working in the rural, working in Kirinyaga County and the environs, and working in Nairobi is the type of exposure, the kind of exposure. When I came here, I was wondering, oh my God, like what am I bringing myself into this? These people are a bit rigid because, like, you know, in Nairobi, you find you're in Alliance Francaise, there's a play, it's fully packed. People are all over. They want to watch plays. We have poets. We have slam clubs that when they announce them, people are grabbing them. I'm a poet. I want to write. I'm a creative. I want to get into this. This is what I was looking for. This is where I want to be. I want to be at the Kenya Cultural Center like every time of my life and spend time with Wasani. But it was so tricky trying to understand that in Kirinyaga, yes, we have talent. But I don't know, it's because they don't believe that these things can happen in Kirinyaga, or it's that they don't believe in what you're about to do. Because I remember when I came in 2016, I did a fashion event. And trust you me, I went in without expectations, but the show was on point. The show, there was attendance, the models were on point. I got models from all over the universities. But there's one lady after the event, she came and asked me, what did you do? What did you do? I did an event last time and hakuna mtu alikuja, like they were wondering, nini hii? So, and then after that, because it was something new, and I remember we appeared on Pulse magazine. So when I was getting connected to the Pulse guy, he asked me, are you sure this is happening in Kirinyaga? Are you sure? And I was like, okay, I'm so sure about it. Like, this is what I've been living, doing. For me, I'm sure. Doesn't seem real that it's happening in Kirinyaga. And then he was, I have to come and see for myself. I have to come and see for myself. So I wondered in my mind, if someone from Nairobi is a bit doubtful, what about those people who are in Kirinyaga? So that is the challenge we've been facing. There's a lot of rigidity, like people, you're providing that opportunity. Sometimes even you're doing it voluntary, but they still don't believe it. And you will see people traveling from Kirinyaga going to Nairobi to get the same services that we are giving, even in a more professional way, but they still don't understand how it's happening in Kirinyaga. Though kidogo things are getting in place, and parents, after seeing now the progress with kids that get into competitions and win and even are going international, they are embracing it. And the parents come and tell me, mi nimeona hii talent na mtoto wangu, I've seen it from a little age, what can we do? But now again, sometimes when you quote prices and they are like, what? Okay, I will think about it. And then they vamoose. They go and vamoose, and then probably after a month or a year, that is when now you see someone coming back and they're like, I have thought about it and I think I should give you my son, I should give you my daughter, and I think you're doing an amazing job. It's something. And then, sometimes people test your commitment or your perseverance because they see she's been here doing it and pushing it and fighting for kids, fighting for the youth, and they trust you and totally they give their children to you. So that's the challenge. A bit of non-exposure, a bit of not being accepted, and parents not realizing that we can know talents, we can identify children's talent even as young as the age of 3, because I have seen it happen and it's explosive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yes. Thank you. And that's quite interesting, because we always have that mentality that beautiful things happen around the city.
Yes.
And you are making a change. Congratulations on that, and thank you for taking it down to where they can easily tap it from.
Yeah.
And that also brings me to another thing.
Mhm.
You are like an advocate for creatives. Um, that is very important and official. I love to think of it as official because
It is. Yeah.
there are very few people who do that. Actually,
Mhm.
if I'm to speak frankly, you
Yes.
are the only one who is doing it like publicly for everyone else, because the scandals that we've had before are for a specific person, an individual
Mhm.
trying to complain so that favors go on his side, or
Yeah.
so that his content is is consumed.
Yeah.
But you kind of want to make it very general and inclusive for everyone
Mhm.
else to be identified out there.
Mhm.
I'm sorry about this. You are a woman of many hats, but I tend to narrow it down to modeling, and that's
Yeah.
because we've shared insight with many other people about
Mhm.
acting and singing and stuff like
Yes.
that, and we've never talked
Yeah.
about modeling before. So
Sure.
that's why I'm really dwelling on that, and I want you
Mhm.
to just share with us, because modeling is a beautiful thing. I have a friend, actually, she was in your country doing she was a judge
Okay.
for yeah, for a modeling, okay, talent, whatever that was there. I've
Mhm.
forgotten the name. And I was having the same conversation with her, and
Mhm.
I want you to tell us, there is development in the entertainment industry, and
Mhm.
to some extent, I want to be very subjective and prompting with this so that you can talk properly.
Yeah.
To some extent,
Okay.
I feel
No
like there
worries.
is an imbalance in the growth.
Mhm.
Yeah, like the
Yes.
rate at which the music industry grows is not it's not the same rate at which the acting and the film industry
Mhm.
grows. It is
Sure.
not the rate at which dance
Mhm. Yeah.
grow and modeling. And
Mhm.
I excuse my words.
Yes.
I'm not trying to be
Sure.
offensive. Like
Yeah.
I told you, I want to intrude feelings from you so that
Yeah.
you can actually really talk about it. We I love to think that there should be a very common ground for growth for everyone else, so that
Yeah.
if there is support for a
Mhm.
specific domain um in the entertainment industry, then it should be the
Yeah.
same energy driven
Mhm.
throughout all the domains, so that
Yeah.
we don't have some other people shining more than others do.
Sure.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
when you talk about what you see
Mhm.
in modeling today, I don't know, what is it called, fashion industry or modeling?
Yes.
I don't know.
Promoting the
Okay.
fashion modeling industry.
Oh, fashion modeling industry. Thank you. What's what is your take? What do you think about the rate at which it grows? What do you think about how much it is appreciated? And I want you to do a comparison.
Mhm.
You are someone who has gone internationally and also locally.
Mhm.
Yes.
Sure, sure, sure. Wow, I think your introduction, and as you were saying, it's like it revokes emotions. It revokes emotions, and I would not even even think that I would want the upcoming, okay, they call them upcoming, but the coming, those who want to be model, or those who are in the modeling industry right now, to experience the things that we have experienced, and to an extent think that we are going to waste the talent that God has given people, and it's being contextualized in something that is not understandable. And as you said, as in, for me, I always get into something knowing that God has directed it. And I always give an example, like Esther in the Bible. She was a model. She had to go through a contest to be chosen. And so God saw it right that that is a way to showcase that someone is skilled and someone is talented. And I don't even understand, because when I also came when I came to my church, some parents were looking at me and wondering, what is she telling us? Modeling? Ni ile modeling tunasikianga. And you know, there's a perception, there's an ideology that models are, let me use this word, sorry to say it, they are whores, they are like prostitutes. And I don't know, it's because of the showcase that we do or something, but that name has so long created a foundation that doesn't need to be heard again, because we are tired of listening to that word, and we are in another life that we can see what modeling is all about, you know. So for me being a musician and an actor, I know there is an imbalance in modeling. One, I will cite one because I've done Miss Tourism. I've seen kids who've gone into competitions and gone outside country. I have seen Miss World, I've seen Miss Universe compete and go outside. I've seen someone like me, and to say the least, like I did this international context and it ended on that, but it also like poked my emotions and wondering, like they have given me a name, I have been selected to represent Kenya as Mrs. Tourism Kenya, but no support. Nobody, no one even comes and even wants to know what this is all about. And these names are big, like Miss Tourism, Miss World. When you go out of this country, you're not going, they don't even call you Jackie. They don't call you your name. They call you Kenya. So you're not your own representation, but you're representing Kenya. But now when you come on ground, nobody cares. They just look at you models and wonder, what are you doing? Even for some parents, the kids will go and tell them, Mommy, Daddy, I want to be a model. And they're like, is that a career? What are you trying to tell me? I want you to go to an university and get a reasonable degree, you know. And it's something that I have lived off. I have started. I am not foolish. I got good grades in high school. I got good grades in my college life. I was so much a bookworm, but I had a talent that was dominant in me that I needed to bring out to the world. And I believe if someone held my hand the way I have held little children like my daughter and other young girls, that probably, yes, I love being a mentor, but probably at this age, I would be in another level, you know, I would be in another level. If someone held my hand and understood that this is not something that I'm seeing on TV, it's something that my heart wants to do. And I believe the government has been a bit slow on modeling. We have tried to fight. You go into offices, they tell you, no, modeling is not like acting. It's not like singing. We are fighting to have a modeling, like copyright, something where we can have a voice. But people, like, sometimes it's even very funny. The people who are fighting us sometimes are also people that are in the industry. You know, it's like a man eats society. You try to understand like what is happening. This is not for our own good, but it's even for the kids that going forward, we will be able to have a security in that our children, when they get into modeling, they will have an organization, a board that speaks for them. And it's not for them only. We are representing Kenya. It's not about me. At the end of the day, yes, there will be that brand that is Jackie. There will be that brand that is Alicia Bell. There will be that brand that is someone else. But we are representing Kenya. It's the economy of this country that counts at the end of the day. And we go out there, market Kenya, but they have no solution for us. All they know is modeling. It's not even an industry. I don't know. It's like pastime. They take it like a pastime. Like it's a hobby. Like it's a hobby. You ask a model, you amegrow akiambiwa hivyo, okay, I'm doing modeling, and then at the end of the day, bado ninasomea hii degree. But we have seen countries like South Africa, Philippines, where they are living off modeling. US, like you find someone like Gigi, you find someone like Kendall, they are living just by doing modeling. Then they become investors. They invest in their countries from modeling money. But for us, it has come to a point that modeling is no longer taken seriously. It's just an AOB. It's an AOB that really hurts. And I'm bleeding for our children who are so passionate, models who are so passionate, is not because they're doing it because they're seeing other people doing it, but it's something that they want to go out and it's just like a manica, a model, something that is crafted and someone is looking up to. But no, we have not been supported in any way. They only support us when we are back and have titles and they are waiting at us at the airport and they are like, oh, one of our own. But on the ground, when we are trying to like make this hard, they are not part of it. They are not part of it. They don't want to hear about it. It's totally a sad state. For me, it's quite a sad state. And I will say it, like in my county, I had to fight it until someone believed in me and they were like, oh, actually, this thing is real. It's happening and we can see the growth in our kids. Modeling has made kids confident. It has made models get out of rags or pits where they felt, I can't even stand before people. Mimi siwezi ongea mbele ya watu wawili. But when we are doing question and answers and telling them to showcase, it's not even about the attire. It's that character that is within that we're trying to bring out and make them even better people in the society. So it's quite a sad state, and I believe there is quite a big imbalance in modeling, and it's not taken seriously like how music is taken seriously. Though I'm also a musician, and I also believe they are still not making things serious, and it's not taken seriously like the way acting and music is taken seriously. Yes.
Victor.
Wow. Yes.
Very quickly, just to add, Jackie is actually very right. As someone who has watched Jackie become who she is and even be better and bigger, she actually was part of the team that was advocating for models to be given a CMO. She was advocating for them to be given something that is an organization, a commission that would look after models and the interest of models. If you remember, there was a time that there was a hashtag going around in Kenya saying, hashtag pay models KE.
Yeah.
And it was just talking about, models who have been in the industry, who have been, swindled or bamboozled by somebody who tells them, tutakupatia contract. So Jack is actually very right. You see models on billboard and you assume wameomoka, but Jack is here to tell you, you can be on a billboard now, unalipo even 3,000 shillings.
Exactly.
3K, because the government isn't there to help you. People don't usually, the people who train, and this is why I love Jackie, because even when Jackie trains you, she trains you also how to read your contracts, how to understand the fine print, so that even as a model, you are not just swindled or vio by anybody, from up and about who comes and tells you, you sign this contract and you'll get 50K, but actually you've forgotten to read the fine print of your 50K. You'll be paid when the producer or when the event organizer so deems it fit. So ni sawa utalipa 50K, but the organizers have said watakulipa when they see fit. So unajua ku see fit ni can take 50 years, can take 10 years,
Exactly.
So, and one of the things that Jackie has been very vocal about is, can we at least come together as model trainers, as model facilitators, and just be able to formulate something, come together and formulate something so that we can take to the government and tell them, tumekutana, tumekaa chini, and we've come together and we've said, this is what we want to do. But unfortunately, like Jackie has said, people don't want to come when it comes to the call of action. So you just want to leave Jackie sitting or standing there in that boardroom and people asking, wako wapi, And that's something that needs to be fixed. Because I've also experienced that as a model facilitator and a trainer. You try to speak on behalf of models, but when they are called to come and speak, it becomes very weird and very awkward when nobody shows up, and then somebody asks you, sasa umekuja kutetea models, ni models gani unatetea na what,
That's true. That's it.
So I mean, it is there. It is very sad. Very quickly, just to say, I see Monica Obuya is here. Jackie, Monica Obuya is right now in Dubai, actually. She's in Dubai. I don't know where exactly. but she's
Nice.
in Dubai as
In
well.
Qatar.
Yeah, sorry, Qatar.
Oh,
Qatar.
okay, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, UAE. She's in
That's
Qatar.
Mm.
Aya, Victor, yes, ask.
Oh yes. You know, that was just coming in my mind because we had an almost similar conversation the other time with someone else in the room, and we were just talking about channels that we use as creatives in the industry to explore the creative space, because um, you cannot say that you want to thrive, especially if it is something that you cannot do on an individual level, like a model. You can't model for Jackie. You can't do that. You'll have to have those titles. You know, Miss whatever, wherever, Miss whatever, wherever, and it is very unfortunate that you are doing all that, and you are pursuing that with an individual effort. So
Yeah.
you're representing a whole nation, but it is actually Jackie who is representing the nation. The nation is not even something you to represent.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering, as someone who has been very radical out there, and someone who has made and caused a lot of change and revolution, because it's obvious it was very pathetic some time back, and at
Yeah.
least right now you've been able to make a number of achievements.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you know how greatness starts? This is an idea I'm planting in your mind. I love doing that. I actually love revoking thoughts. This
That's
is an
awesome.
idea I'm planting in your mind, that you can actually write proposals. You know, you can form organizations by yourself, write
Yeah.
proposals, and tell your county government that, you know what, these are the people you are governing here, and they want to do this. And do you know what they do? What they need? They need your support, and they don't
True.
need you to recognize them. They need you to
Exactly.
recognize them and
Yeah.
fund them, because these things are costly, and these things are also very beneficial for the
Yeah.
country and for the nation, and even for the continent, and
True.
even for the world. So um in your capability, you can start something like that, because me and Rod, we sometimes have very weird kind of conversations,
Yeah.
and one thing we always agree on is that opportunities don't find you wherever you are.
True.
You actually have to position yourself. And how do you do that? You take action. You go out there. You
Yeah.
create. Be a creator. Yeah.
Sure.
As much as you want to be independent, as much as we also look up to people. We don't expect we don't expect like our president right now to give
Exactly.
thought to modeling if someone does not
Yeah.
like bring it up to him.
Sure.
He himself is not a model.
Sure.
He doesn't. If anything,
Mm-hmm.
he's actually being dressed, maybe, yeah, by someone else who tells him, "Mheshimiwa, leo utavaa hii," yeah.
Ukweli.
Maybe, yeah, he doesn't understand what modeling is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when we don't have those ideas fetched from the people who are actually knowledgeable, you realize that there's nothing going to come out of
Sure.
the pleas
Yeah.
and the crying and the mourning that is down there of lack of support and abandonment and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I'm very
Sure.
happy
That's
for you and proud of you, because you've been revolutionary, you've been radical, you've been a change bringer, and you've caused a lot of change in Kirinyaga County. Actually, they need to recognize you, and they need to support you. If if you can give it thought, yeah, yeah, if you have like a group you're working with, you already have an organization, you can use that to write proposals and and try to make a change. I believe it starts small. I believe it starts small. And that brings me to I know she's tired and she needs to be home. That that brings me to asking you to give us your parting shot, and you have 5 minutes to do that. You have 5 minutes to do these two things. You'll give us your parting shot, and you are a poet, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And also just grace this occasion with some vivid expression of whatever thing is in your mind right now.
Okay.
Yes, concerning the show. Yeah, I want it to be very spontaneous.
Oh my God. Oh Lord. You've put me in a fix, but I
Yes,
believe in the mind
I
anyway.
believe in you. I believe in you. Hmm.
Yeah. So
Yes, in 5.
okay. Before I even do the parting shot, I would want to appreciate what you're doing, Victor. And my parting shot today would be, if you're a model out there and you want to do this, go out there and do it. I have done it for more than 15 years.
Sorry, did we lose you? No, we lost her.
Sorry. Just
Okay,
there was a call. So
it's okay.
go for it with everything that you have. Fight for it. It's about fighting for what you love and doing what you love, and not allowing any challenge to come between you, but knowing there'll be challenges, but overcoming them is the way that you need to know how to overcome them. And don't give up. Don't give up. I have not given up over these years. Don't give up. And for all the other trainers and the people in the modeling world, and trainers and everybody who is calling themselves a person in the modeling industry, please, let's come together. Teamwork brings perfect results. Let's work together and be together. Don't look at Jackie and think that she's doing things in Kirinyaga. Don't look at Rodrigue, he's doing things in Nairobi or in Embu. Let's come together and have one voice. Yes. And so,
Thank you very
youthful
much. Thank you
expressions,
very much.
youthful expressions where we express what we feel and what we love and what we make, that when we manufacture, it becomes victorious, just as Victor is the victor in this show. And I believe we entertain you through Rodrigue and win through Victor. Thank you so much.
Wow. Rodriguez, you should cut that part from the video and put it in our portfolio. Thank you very much, Jackie. And we appreciate you for coming today and creating time to be with us and share with us and grace our show. Um, Thank you very much to people who are in the room. I know there are some who are in and they already left, but I want to recognize Monica Obuya. I want to recognize Rachel, and I saw Immaculate. I saw a number of people. I think I saw Jacqueline Mwingine, and it's very pleasant to have you guys. And I also want to thank our YouTube audience for being with us and, uh, and keeping us company from the beginning. And it's time we are coming to the end of the show. And I want to thank you very much for your support and for your continued devotion to be here every day. This is J.RODRIGUEZ, where we share the love and we spread the joy. And this was another episode of Youthful Expressions. And we had our guest, Jackie, who is an actor, a model, a poet, writer, gospel minister, and also the founder of Viqart Agency, and also the team leader, talent manager, Kirinyaga County. And it was a wonderful time of sharing insight and ideas and also encouraging those who are out there and are interested in modeling, we thank you very much, and we cannot take it for granted. Until next time, see you. I'm your host, Viqart Victor Agali. Have a wonderful time, guys, and a good evening and a good morning to those who are not awake yet, and good lunch to those who are enjoying their meals. So, thank you very much.